The following podcast contains potentially tough subject matter, controversial topics, and/or strong language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Aretha Franklin died today. We shall pay our last RESPECTs.
Shut up and sit down.
I love that shit. Hello and welcome to episode 12 of Knights of the Wrong Table.
Is it really episode 12?
It is episode 12.
Episode 12.
My name is Nathaniel, a.k.a. Percival, a.k.a. Sterile Daryl, and I am joined by my friends. Hello.
I am Caleb, a.k.a. Boars, a.k.a. Limp Dick Rick.
Your turn. Come up with something quick.
And this is...
This is Jeremiah, the wizard.
Merlin?
Yes.
Merlin, the wizard. yeah, that guy.
All right.
And...
I am.
You suck with improv so bad.
I have no idea right now. I'll get back to you on
I
that
still
one.
don't remember who I am.
Can I get a rain check,
No,
please?
no, you're TDH.
Oh, yeah, TDH.
Okay, so... Oh, this
Tough
is...
dick
oh,
hair.
Whoa.
So...
Wait a minute.
So, okay, no. So he's TDH, which...
Tough dick hair.
Tough dick hair?
That's
No.
not what
He's
it means.
TDH for the dick's huge.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, no, it's for tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah,
which,
I don't know where that one came from, but
No.
whatever.
So there was one day that I had picked up Jeremiah from school one day, and we went to Starbucks, and there was this this black gentleman who was behind the counter and everything, and he was like taking all the orders and all that stuff, and Jeremiah looks at me and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna go use the bathroom." I was like, "All right, what do you want?" He was like, "Vanilla latte, something just simple."
Grande white mocha.
Oh, okay. So he wanted a grande white mocha. All right. And so the second he walks off, it's now my turn. Like it happens like simultaneously. And I walk up, and the gentleman behind the counter looks at me verbatim and goes, "So, who's tall, dark, and handsome?" And I'm like, I'm fine. How are you?
That's my boyfriend.
No, I was not. No, he was underage at the time.
He didn't have
No,
to know
not
that.
even. No.
He didn't have to know
I
that.
reject that statement.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. You can reject whatever you want. So,
I don't consent.
I'm not consenting. I said no.
if you are noticing, there is a voice that is missing today.
It's Austin.
Wah.
He's not here.
He is not here.
I don't even know where he is. Like
He's
I
no
know
lo-
that
he's no longer with us.
he's
Steve's cold.
he said that he wasn't going to be here, but he didn't say why. So I think
Wasn't it family?
is it school? No, today's not family.
Oh no, this weekend,
Sunday will
this
be.
weekend will be family.
Today's Thursday.
Okay.
We're recording it on Thursday
Yes.
because my birthday was on Sunday, so we took off and we didn't really have time to do anything. So
We had 21st birthday.
yeah,
You can
He
imagine
is
what we did.
Legal.
I got-
legal.
He's been legal for 3 years.
I got drinked.
He got a drink.
I got drinked.
I like it.
I too got dranked.
I did not.
You got more drinked.
I got zero drinked.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I'm gonna be honest with you. You look like a sad sack because you could not get dranked.
I was honestly, I was like, can we just go somewhere?
Jeremiah did not want to be there at all. He wanted to I
No, I wanted to be there.
no. I mean,
just didn't.
no.
No,
he-
I know what you meant.
Yeah, he wanted to be there. He wanted to be with you. Just
Life with a party, you know what I mean?
just drunker than the rest of us.
Yes.
dranker than the rest of us.
We'll
What?
we'll do a thing.
Just as drunk. No.
We'll get together at my apartment
Okay.
sometime
Yeah.
and
Cool.
have legal drinks, not with people that aren't of age.
Yes, because Jeremiah is. But see, Jeremiah's birthday's
21st.
the 21st.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He turns 21 on the 21st.
So I will also
Congratulations.
be legal soon.
Yes, which is
Congratulations.
that's a Tuesday, right? That's Tuesday.
Yep. I think it is a Tuesday.
Yeah. And so
That's next week.
chances are there will be something that we will be doing for Jeremiah on
it?
his birthday.
That's this coming Tuesday.
yes.
Oh wow, I don't even.
Yeah, Sunday,
Is it?
Sunday, and then Tuesday. Sunday's the 19th.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping track of the calendar at all.
Yeah, clearly.
So, yeah, birthdays this month.
Mm.
So, we had fun. It was a good day.
Yeah,
It was
it
a
really
good
was.
night.
No, I genuinely I had a really good time, and
Me
I
too.
think that I had something else I want. Oh, see, no, it was really sad because, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I wanted to buy you around, but I got too blazed to remember.
Yeah, Galen was like, "I thought they were gonna buy you something," and I was like, "Me too."
No, honestly, no, seriously, I like when I finally got home and I sobered up a little bit, I was like, oh shit, I was
okay, it was
supposed to
fine.
buy him something.
No, it's okay. I only had 3 drinks.
Yeah, I did too, but
Yeah, yours were just straight beer. Mine were a concoction of
oh
death.
yeah, no, dude, and I wanted, I honestly, I wanted to buy you that beer. That
I'm
I
not
had.
worried about it.
Yeah, I know, and so I'll have to make it up to you at some point.
I bought Devil's Backbone today at
Yeah?
Sheets. I
Vienna-
bought a Devil's Backbone. It's an IPA, but it has pear in it.
Ooh,
So
what's
I'm interested.
What's its name?
It's just Devil's Backbone something. It's something pear. I don't remember exactly what it's
Okay,
called, but
okay.
I'm gonna try it probably tonight.
My favorite is the Vienna Lager.
Have not had it. I'm not a huge fan of straight beer though.
I mean, like,
It's pretty
for
good.
for a starter beer, for like if you want to just like start drinking beer, Vienna Lager is a very easy beer.
Yeah.
Like it's a very just it definitely will give you the beer shits in the morning, but without a doubt, probably one of the easiest ones
Yeah.
to drink. And then let's see, Heineken's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, and then let's see. I mean, for the micro brews, Devil's Backbone is probably one of the best ones around here, at least.
Yeah, I love Bold Rock is definitely a go-to for me.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't had Devil's Backbone yet, so I'm gonna try that.
So,
And
the Devil's Backbone's IPAs aren't. I mean, if you're really into IPAs, then they're good. But I'm not really into IPAs.
Bold Rock's IPA is fantastic.
Yeah, no, and so they do have it's called it's Wild Wolf's beer, and it's something honey, and I absolutely forget it. It's probably one of the best beers I've ever had. And yeah, if you ever go to the Fish and Pig, get that one.
Okay.
It's when you get their draft list, it will be on the very back, like the third one down, and that's how sad. That's how much I've looked at it.
It's like, I want the one with honey.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I'll have to look it up for you, but no, it's absolutely delicious. Yeah,
If we ever wanted to have a classy night, Agrodolce in Harrisonburg,
yeah,
the Italian restaurant. First off, fantastic food.
Yeah.
The guys that work there that make the pizza are from Naples, in Italy.
yeah.
So it's all like original recipe, like straight from the place. And they have wines that you can't get like anywhere else in Virginia.
Ooh,
Because the owner of Agrodolce also owns an import company, and they import wine from Italy.
ooh.
And I got this one. I cannot remember what it's called to save my life, but I got it, and I have some, and I'd have to get it again because it is fantastic. It's not a bitter wine at all. It's a
Yeah.
really, really sweet dessert wine.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
If you like wine, we'll have to do a wine run up on the mountain, closer towards Charlottesville,
Yeah.
and they actually have one of the best wines I've ever tried up on the mountain. Is actually Trump's wine. Trump has a winery up on the mountain. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's got some really good stuff up there.
Yeah, I haven't tried any of his stuff.
Yeah, no, I was like one of the many things that on my job that I get for free. I get beer, alcohol, a lot of free electronics, like just in general, and then money. Like there's like I talk my freaking head off whenever I go into customers like location, and like if they have promotionals, I'm like, can I try the promotional? And they're all like, they just toss me a bottle.
That's cool.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they like if you have to be over 21.
Oh well, I'm not quite there yet. So
Yeah,
Just
no,
have like half a week. You're all right.
yeah, no, but it is one of those things where, it's I've learned to really milk the simple fact that I can just go job to job and like meet new people, because 9 times out of 10 people are nice, and if you can capitalize on that niceness, you can get free shit, and it's very nice. Nice things are nice.
Oh, I thought they were bad.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's a common misconception, but I'm here to educate you on
Okay.
the nice things.
I've definitely learned something today.
So let's briefly talk about our work stories. That him and I have work stories.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have a pissed at people thing again.
Ooh, Percival's pissed.
And then we can go to the bigger topics.
Okay.
You go ahead. You go first. Mine's gonna take a little longer.
Okay, well, so at the end of the day, I was, just like catching up on stuff. Ended up having to go deliver a machine, and replace it, swap it out. And in the process of doing that, I was just real busy. And I had another coworker there with me, and we were trying to get it done pretty fast. We had like an hour and a half before, we were done for the day. And so we got it done, got the machine loaded, went back to the actual warehouse or main hub, and I went to go get in my work vehicle.
Main hub.
I went to go get in my work vehicle and didn't have my work keys.
Oh no.
So I left them at the customer's office.
Where was the customer's office?
In Stanton. It was Stewart
Okay,
Hall.
okay.
So-
So it wasn't that far away.
Yeah, it wasn't that far away, but it was just like, I can't believe I did that. Like, we were driving a separate vehicle, so
Yeah.
it was like we were driving a van.
No, it
and we had,
happens.
like-
No,
Yeah.
there's the plus side of putting, see, and that's the thing that sucks so bad.
oh no, the bad thing was there's no spare key to my vehicle apparently.
What?
So I had to drive another vehicle home.
So that one's just there still.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's locked. So they made me lock it. So
So you had to drive another vehicle to go get your vehicle.
yeah, but my vehicle there is locked, so I don't have a spare key to unlock it. So,
So your keys are still at the office?
at the customer's office.
Wow.
So you're, oh my gosh. So you're not even like,
I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Sam will probably try to figure out something for you.
Yeah, he was like, "Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out tomorrow."
Yeah. So, but no, dude.
Wow.
You would no, because no, it really sucks because since our boss or president had to come in and tell us that we couldn't keep our USBs on our keys anymore, I left my USB.
I left everything because I didn't take it off yet.
Yeah, no, because that's the thing is that like I kept my USB on
Yep,
the key.
That's how I remembered it.
So that like I couldn't leave the job without it. Now there are a couple times when I'm in a van and I put my USB in it and I walk out. It's like, damn it.
I did that too one time. I got like a half hour away from the job. And I had to get
Oh
back.
my god.
Damn.
It was so bad.
Wow.
All right. What's your story?
So, all right. So I'm not. This has. Okay.
All right. Please do tell eventually
Okay.
your
So
story.
my, as you both know, and anybody who knows me personally that listens, my girlfriend is very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I am not the most beautiful, but I'm also not disgusting. I'm kind of just like a
Meh.
lamp or a
Meh.
coffee table. Like it grabs your attention at first, and then you slowly forget about it until you run into it at midnight. So
No. I would more consider you like a Lego building. Where
if you step on it, it hurts your feet.
Yeah. We're like, oh, it's very pretty, and like the mix mosh of just everything, because you can never have this like just one solid color, so you're incredibly unique, and then like in the middle of the night, I fucking hate you.
Okay.
No, and that's honest opinion, but clearly only my opinion.
Okay.
Put the
Well,
phone down, Nathaniel. Jeez.
It was my
Together.
mother.
I don't care.
Anyway, so I understand that she's out of my league. But I've come to terms with it.
Well, see, Nathaniel, I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to this, like, she's not really out of your league. I didn't know you were playing. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, but anyways, go on.
So I'm gonna give a backstory. Did I ever tell you guys the story about what happened? Like, I think it was before we started the podcast, about the woman who insulted me, like, because she asked about if I had a girlfriend or whatever, and asked for if I had any pictures of us.
Oh, yeah.
Did I tell you that story?
No,
Did I tell you that story?
Go ahead, just
I don't think I
reiterate.
did.
Okay.
I don't think I did.
Well, I was working one day, and I was serving this table, and they seemed like really nice people. The one woman was just kind of standoffish, she wasn't necessarily rude, but she wasn't being super nice either. Well, I got to talking with the table, and they asked like what I did and if I was going to school and that kind of thing, and I was like, yeah, and they like asked what I had done for the weekend, and I was like, I was out with my girlfriend or whatever, and the woman was like, oh, you have a girlfriend? I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I do.
It's like, how rude of her to just like, oh,
Yeah, like
you have a
surprised.
girlfriend?
Yeah, she's so surprised, and I was like, oh, thanks.
excuse me, but I call BS on that.
Yeah.
You actually have a
Yeah.
girlfriend?
So I took out my phone and I showed her some pictures. And I made the mistake of not showing her pictures of... I made the mistake of showing her pictures of her by herself, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Not pictures of the two of us together.
Yeah.
So she only got the reference of this beautiful girl
Yeah.
without someone near her.
Yeah.
So she looks at me, pauses, and goes, are you sure you're not just stalking her and she doesn't know it yet? I was like, you're fucking kidding me, right? So I just kind of
No, wait. Actually,
paused for a second.
let's revisit really quick.
Yeah.
Does she know that you're not stalking her?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Um,
So on the record, Galen on the record, your girlfriend fully understands that you are not stalking her.
Yes.
Yes.
It is a consensual relationship.
Okay.
So I paused and I kind of just let it sit for a second, and I started to take some dishes from their table, and I went, I have Amazon Prime. And she went, what does that have to do with anything? And I was like, I was going to order your personality. It should be here in 3 to 5 business days. The whole table fucking lost it laughing, except for this woman who was pissed.
I would have. I'm gonna be honest with you. I would be pretty pissed too if I had that giant burn.
The look on her face was like I just killed her dog. She was so upset, and I was like, fight fire with fire.
Oh, yeah, no.
you
You're
get killed
absolutely
by
right.
a giant worm.
Yeah, no. If you can't handle the heat,
Get an abortion.
I was gonna make the joke. Damn.
I'm sorry.
No,
Anyway, so that's the precursor.
like a Jew.
what-
No, I'm kidding.
what-
No.
What happened today was, so my girlfriend has one of those like iPhone like camera printer things you plug your phone into, and then you can print photos directly from your phone.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. And she printed out a few of her and I together. And I have one of them in my wallet, and I have 2 of them in my order book for my job.
Yeah.
And I was taking an order today, and I had dropped my book, and it landed open, so you could see the picture on the inside. And this lady was like, no, it was a guy, was like, oh, who's that in there? And I was like, well, it's my girlfriend. And I showed him pictures, the 2 pictures, and I was like, yeah, it's 2 of us together. And he was like, he goes, don't you think you're punching above your weight? And I'm like, why does everybody hate me?
I know that we're not. It's not. We're. She's better.
Hey, Nathaniel.
Do
better.
yeah, there it goes.
No, actually, no. Don't do better. It's going to be really hard for you to do better on this one.
Yeah, she's perfect.
Well, maybe.
I think she's perfect.
Well, she has perfect imperfections.
Okay.
No, so
So that's
On
my story.
to-
My bad.
Bohr's is BS squared. All right, so
You have a habit of making everything you do awkward.
I know I just kind of gave the mic a blowjob. So,
Yeah, I was about to say that.
so I was just reading that Netflix is under fire for a film containing a child porn scene.
Wait, what?
Yes. So
First off, what's the movie called? not for personal preferences.
For a friend?
Just as reference so everybody knows.
do you want it for a friend?
For my dog.
Is it called The Package?
So
It's a legit movie
So-
on Netflix.
there's a quote in here that says, does the Netflix brand stand for the distribution of a 9-year-old girl masturbating? ? Right? And so I'm still kind of reading it, but let's see. In a July 27th letter, the Parents Television Council called on Netflix to pull down the film Desire. There you go.
Okay.
An Argentinian film, first released on the platform in December of 2017. The film contains a scene in which a 9-year-old girl masturbates to the point of an orgasm. All right, so that's awkward. Talking about 9-year-old orgasms. All right,
okay.
so we're really getting into this.
I didn't have my first orgasm until I was 13.
All right, Edmund, shut up.
Sorry.
While watching a Western film with her younger friend. What? So she had an orgasm while watching a Western film? She had an orgasm while watching the Whitey. Jeez, I'm kidding.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. So, anyways, with a younger friend, the scene. Wait.
Hold up. This movie is all kinds of wrong.
So-
First off, is a 9-year-old masturbating. Second off, to a Western movie. Third, with her friend.
Yeah. No. Was the friend also jerking?
I
The
don't
world
know.
may never know unless you watch the movie.
Okay.
The scene features a close-up of the 9-year-old's face that depicts the moment in slow motion.
So that's not child porn, though. I get what they're saying. But it's not.
Like even the child porn was in quotation, but it's like that's what the Parents Television Council.
You know, like I feel like they misread it. It could have been she like took the wrapper off a peanut butter cup and nothing came off of it. It was just the perfect peanut butter cup. Because if you ever done that, you should
absolutely right.
know.
No.
Or remember the peppermint commercials? You open peppermint.
The York peppermint patty?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you're absolutely
mean-
right. But see, the thing is that that's not what happened. She was masturbating.
Okay. All right.
No,
I mean,
so-
we could only see her face, though.
The thing that really
we didn't see her
irritates me-
vagina.
Well, see, the thing is that really irritates me
Is it because it was...
is why
Go
on
ahead.
earth are we so adapted or so like willing to sexualize children? You know, like when you think of a 9-year-old, you think of first pimple. You think of like things that you don't like experience. Like when you
But I
think of
feel-
a 15 to 16-year-old, maybe you start thinking about like, oh my God, she's pretty. Like, what would it be like to shove my fist?
I mean,
through her?
I think
like
the movie was probably just trying to relay on the fact that some things like that do happen.
I mean, but yeah, I feel like they're being realistic with the sense that maybe not realistic that she's masturbating to a Western,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
No, but, like, this isn't the
that young
first thing-
kids are doing these things.
But it's like then yeah, there's a possibility that there are some that are doing these things, but there's already too many pedophiles out there
Yeah.
looking for a reason. like, and looking for an excuse. Like all a pedophile needs is like, well, they're already feeling this way. Why can't we just lower the age down? Like it's not a hard jump to have that assumption. And so, because there's another Netflix special, or not a Netflix special, but there's another one that's called Big Mouth.
Oh, I love that show. It's so funny, dude.
I mean, I don't doubt it. But how old are they?
In high school?
Are you sure they're in high school?
I think so.
Uh,
In like middle or high school?
I was thinking they were more like in middle school, and there shows like a bunch of them jerking off, like
He has sex with a pillow one time.
Yes.
It makes a pillow baby. It's
Yeah.
it's fucking hysterical.
No,
though.
I don't.
It's an animated show, though.
I severely don't doubt it. But it's the simplistic mindset that I mean, when you normalize something,
Yeah.
it makes it normal to think of a person of that age at that type of sexual capacity, which I don't fully agree with, and that's why for shit, like the Catholic Church right now, I mean, which by the way, I don't want to we'll get onto that a little bit more next week, but or do we want to?
Did you want to do the space thing that we were talking about? That I cut and put together?
Maybe we could. How long are we at?
26.
All right, I'll cut it short.
Okay.
Space.
The final frontier.
So, but no, it was one of those things where, God, I forget where I was at. Yeah, no, the Catholic Church again is now being condemned for I think 300 cases in Pennsylvania.
Oof.
For child molestation
Oof.
and sexual rape, and because I'm not going to say abuse because it's more than abuse, it's rape. Where there's a case out where a priest went to this little girl in a hospital and sexually assaulted her in the hospital. And then there was another case where they took a boy, stripped him down naked, and then they made him pose like Jesus on the cross, took pictures of him, and then passed them around during throughout the congregation.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's like
Deplorable.
there's so many of. Why are you laughing?
It's not a laughing matter.
It's not a laughing matter.
Was he willing?
Wow.
Whoa. What is with you and all the consent shit? Every time we talk about rape,
No, I'm gonna be honest
he's
with you.
like, were they willing?
Were they willing?
Could you hear him say no?
rape.
No, I'm thank God, because it was getting a little. Without Austin here, it's getting a little serious.
Yeah.
No, and so
He always has some dumb shit to throw in.
no, and so for the, I don't know. When you, I just feel like there's got to be a direct correlation.
Yeah.
To all of this, to like this hypersexualization of children, and a lot of people like coming out and saying that being a pedophile is okay. Like there was an actual movement there for a little bit. I mean, it got shut down, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back to where, you know how the LGBT community has now added like more to it, where it's the LGBTQAAIP, like
AARP?
the AAIP, which is the lesbian lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, which I thought that went with gay, but that's beside the point. Asexual, I don't.
Ethiopian?
Well, that's an E. So good job. Well, no.
You're an interesting one.
No, it's like asexual. There's another one, and then
It doesn't matter.
There's intersex and there's pansexual, and there was an actual movement to add pedophile into that group.
That's not a sexual orientation.
No, it is.
No, it's
like,
not.
No, like why not?
Because it's not.
No,
Because it's not. Because I said it's not.
No. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. Why not?
I mean, okay, I get what you're saying because, it's a sexual preference.
It's wrong.
That's
But then couldn't they put bestiality on that too?
yep. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually they add pedophilia, incest, and like other things that are also taboo. And I'm not trying to condemn. I'm trying to say that if you are part of the LGBT community, you need to fight that aspect, because
Yeah.
that will just destroy everything that you got going on there.
Yeah.
You know,
It'll basically just
it'll
unhinge everything that's been worked towards with that movement.
absolutely. Like I don't care if you're gay. Just don't screw children. Like
Or animals. Unless they ask for it.
I mean, yeah. If they say yes, then
Lassie was asking for it.
I mean, Polly wanted a cracker, so
I gave her my dick. Like no, I mean, and it's not a. I don't know. I mean, so I guess there's just a lot of stuff going on,
yeah.
and you know,
The world's going to shit.
yeah, I know. And like after the, and I sent the guys, and we might eventually show when Austin gets back. I'll show him the
campaign.
the campaign wrap where it's just like, why, what world are we? Can the Lord just come now?
please.
Can the
Like,
Lord-
I am so down with that.
Can the
Rapture.
Please,
Can-
God.
Can the Lord just come now and just end it all? Like I'd be totally okay with that.
Fire and brimstone.
All right. So there's our short little intro.
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to add before we?
Nope. What we're going to do is we had some technical difficulties a minute ago, and it kind of made us realize that we have things that we can do with what we have. So what we're going to do is take this little short intro kind of snippet thing, midweek podcast thing, and put it together with what we recorded 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Almost 3.
Almost 3. The space conversation that we had about some really, really cool stuff in space. But it had a lot of web searches and images, and we kind of explained things that you can't understand unless you see it. So it's going to require a little more editing to put things in perspective for anybody who's listening and wants to watch and see what we're talking about. So we're going to throw that together with this, make it one big podcast about what we've talked about thus far in the 30 minutes we've been here, as well as the space and time conversation science stuff that we had.
Which I still don't understand. Space. Time is time.
Yes.
When
Space
It is relative.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
Einstein's wrong. I'm right.
No.
Gravity is real.
No, it's
Wow.
not.
Anyway.
Gravity
so
is not real. The Earth is just flying really, really fast at a continuously increasing rate.
Earth is flat.
Or the Earth is flat, Jeremiah.
The only thing flat earthers have to fear is sphere itself.
No, and I'll have to show you. I saw this. I saw this video. I will have to show you it, but it's a flat Earth thing, and like the guy just like it has like the dun 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 da 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 da. Whoa! Like it has that and everything. Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. And so it's like Curb Your Flat Earther
Wow.
is what it's called. I'll have to show it to you. It's hysterical. But until 3 days from now. No,
Yeah.
not 3 days. 4 days from now. Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah. And so we'll bring it back 4 days from now.
Yep. And it's going to be weird because Austin was there for the podcast, so he's not here now.
He's
but
not here now.
He was there for the space podcast. You'll hear him in a minute kind of lead us into the topic. But yeah, and then we'll be back on Sunday. Austin won't be here again, so it'll just be us 3 again.
And if we
which is
do
really
have
cool.
regular listeners or listeners that want to become regular, well, number one, a laxative really helps out with that.
Wow.
No, and number 2, give us a comment on what you guys think of having a space conversation in the future. Maybe we can have more singular topics, long form, on a separate type of show that we could be doing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we are trying to get onto more platforms.
Mm-hmm.
We're officially on Google Play, which is outstanding. We're on Stitcher, and we're on TuneIn Radio.
Cool.
We don't have anything posted on them, but we are 100% in.
Yes. So, if you're listening on YouTube right now, subscribe. Hit the notification button so you know whenever we upload, every Saturday, midday sometimes. And then we record on Sundays. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon if you want to be generous and donate.
If you want to do our straight audio feed, subscribe to SoundCloud, so that we know that you are subscribing. You can subscribe to other platforms as well, but we will not be able to until I figure that out. We won't be able to get the numbers in for that.
Cool.
And so if you want to subscribe to SoundCloud. Easy peasy. Download.
Just
and we're
follow us on there.
Just follow us on there. We're done.
Cool. All right. Thank you for listening. And we're going to go to the space stuff and things.
Space.
Okay, no, but for real, the topic is we have yet to talk about
I was waiting for you to finish.
It's time dilation.
Time dilation.
Yes. And we
Time
will-
dilation?
Yes, because the seasoning dilates. No, but
the higher up in the sky you get.
okay. So the Wikipedia definition, because this is real, it is. I've cross-checked it with 3 of my PhDs. One of them's in basket weaving.
With through your ABC certificates?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're only like $3 a piece, dude. You should get one.
Oh,
It's great.
Is that our next sponsor?
It's great interview material. Yeah, I have 3 PhDs. Okay, so according to the theory of relativity, time dilation is the difference in elapsed time measured by 2 observers, either due to a velocity difference relative to each other or by being differently situated relative to a gravitational field.
Okay. So time is relative.
Yes. Caleb was not aware of this until today.
I don't
He
fully
He's having trouble
stand.
grasping at
I'm
this
trying to
concept.
find the video that explains this so that I can show it to you and put it in the podcast. I will,
Okay,
but
okay.
I'm just saying that's what I'm doing currently because the way that this guy explains it is perfect.
Okay.
So you guys kind of just talk about it, but I'm going to find it.
Okay,
so you
so
can look at it.
literally, if me and you are both alive right now, I
We
don't
are.
understand.
No, because we're
What
we're,
does gravity have to do with anything about me counting 1?
No, it's not.
2?
It doesn't matter because your counting is an actual time.
Yeah,
You
I'm
will
alive.
never experience right now.
You just missed it.
Exactly.
Wait, no.
Can we go back? Can we go back to then?
No.
We can't. Why? We just passed it. When? Just now. When will then be now? Soon.
God damn it.
I love
You will,
Spaceballs so
you will
much.
never reach tomorrow.
I know
Think
what-
about that.
No,
Think
no,
about
no.
that. Think about that. You will never reach tomorrow.
And you can never take back yesterday.
Exactly.
I did twice last week.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
Yesterday's my neighbor's cat.
Taking Back Yesterday would be a great band name.
Too bad we're already
Taking back yesterday.
Let's whine about our problems and talk about how our dads were mean.
No, but yeah. Okay.
Average punk bands.
At once. Yeah.
No. I still don't
Jeremiah,
get
can
it.
you move your head for a
I
second?
still don't get it because if I'm
That way.
counting
No,
with
it-
time,
Okay.
No,
like if I'm saying 1 on time, like 1.
that doesn't matter.
2.
What you're saying doesn't matter because seconds is a set unit. Yes.
So if I were to go higher up than you, eventually I would age more.
No, you would age less. Time goes slower.
I would age less?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're saying is that the people that are
The closer you are to a gravitational field, time moves faster.
so the people that are on Everest, besides the fact that they're frozen, are actually aging differently than those that are dying in Hawaii.
Okay, I found it.
The answer is yes, but on a scale so small that you wouldn't be able to really tell on that. You need a longer unit of time, for.
Oh, I got lost there. for
I
a
feel like
second. I had
this
no
entire
idea what we were talking about.
concept and just discussion creates autistic screeching.
That was Jeremiah.
Okay, we're gonna watch this, and yeah, this is time travel possible, and this kind of talks about time dilation
Doctor Who.
and what's gonna happen.
Okay, well,
That's what I was telling you about the twin paradox.
But see, I
If
don't
you take two
understand that.
twins-
so he was moving at the speed of light, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
Almost.
99.94% the speed of light.
It rounds.
Okay, whatever. So he was moving almost the speed of light.
Yeah.
So as long as we keep in constant motion.
No. Like it's
But that's
So-
so minuscule.
Okay.
so he's moving at the speed of light.
Almost.
Almost. Oh, okay. Almost at the speed of light.
It's because of the difference between the speed of light and the speed that he is traveling that makes time move slower. Because what he explained was he moves at he was moving very, very slow compared to the speed of light when they were doing the little demonstration.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem like his watch was ticking any slower because the difference between them is so large. But if you shrink the distance between his speed and the speed of light down, it makes his watch tick faster, or it ticks slower because time is moving differently
Relative to him.
relative to him. Because time is relative. No?
Yes.
Exactly. So, because time is relative,
I'm a really smart person, and this is blowing my brain.
the speed of light
Watch Interstellar.
is constant for all observers. Yes, do watch Interstellar. It's a fantastic movie.
I mean, like, I know.
But-
I know.
No, you don't. You haven't seen it.
I know I should watch it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
The speed of light
Smartass.
is constant for all observers, right? So it is a constant speed of whatever it is. I forget
Yeah,
what
that's,
it
I was
is.
gonna say it's all based upon Einstein's theory of relativity that like light is the one constant, the speed of light is the one constant thing in the universe.
Yeah. So, I'm having a hard time coping with it too, because I'm trying
But
to
it's
help
real.
explain it though.
It's real.
If the faster you go,
Like juice? Is real?
the faster you go, the slower time moves.
Yeah, it's there's also one that it's like because you can't actually go the speed of the only thing that can go as fast as light is light. So you can get up very close to the speed of light, and then it's like the theory is if you actually do make it to the speed of light in like this vessel, then time inside will move slower. Because technically if you're moving at the speed of light and someone walks forward, they would technically be going faster than the speed
Yeah,
of light.
I was going to bring that up.
But that's impossible, so time must be going slower.
Say what? Okay, whoa.
Okay, if you have a train-
No.
This is Caleb's head right now.
Pharrell.
Holy shit. If you think about
Okay, I need him to say exactly what he just said again. So
My gosh.
basically,
you have a vessel that's going the speed of light. Let's just say that you can do that. You have a vessel that's going the speed of light, and nothing can go faster than the speed of light that we know of.
Yeah.
So, if you have a vessel that's going the speed of light,
okay.
and somebody gets up in the vessel and walks forward, technically, they are going faster than the speed of light.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's impossible.
How is that impossible?
Because
You can't go faster than the speed of light.
How do you know?
That's what I'm saying. We don't.
That's Einstein's theory of relativity. Everything is relative to the speed of light.
So yeah,
That's a simple way of remembering it. It's probably not perfect.
So what would
but-
happen if you started walking?
You would explode. You die. I don't know.
Because see, that's the
You
thing.
get
The
AIDS.
fabric of reality shatters.
Because see, that's the thing, right?
No.
I mean, because it's like
So time must be moving slower for them. So much so that they don't exceed the speed of light on the inside.
okay. Connection. Got it. All right. So I get what you're saying, but now I want to talk about he would be going faster than the speed of light. Like that's
Because if you hold a mirror in front of your hand,
yes.
in front of you.
Yeah, in
if
front of
you-
my hand?
If you are moving the speed of light,
Yes.
and you hold a mirror out in front of you,
Yes.
what would you see in the mirror? You wouldn't see anything
Because you'd
because
be,
That's
because it's the
that's-
speed of light.
That's fair.
Light isn't going fast
The
enough to
other
hit
way.
the mirror and come back
the way Einstein looked at it, I remember we watched the documentary in
in physics. I remember that.
It was in a boat. Okay, say the boat is a light particle. So you're moving at the speed of light. And the wake coming off the boat, relative to you, the wake doesn't move.
Okay.
But to everybody else, it's passing through.
Well, see, if you're moving at the speed of light and you also have a light in the vessel with you, wouldn't that light be moving faster than you?
It would be moving the speed of light.
be the same speed.
No, it wouldn't. It would be going like it would be almost be going
Are you
double
s-
the speed of
Are you
light.
s-
Because if I have like a lantern in the spaceship or this vessel that's moving the speed of light and I turn it on, and now the light particles.
That's not how it works.
but
it's just not how it works.
but yet, a moving man is how it works.
No, you can't exceed the speed of light.
So, but
The light's
We're
not
saying
gonna change
time moves
its
slowly. The
speed.
walking man does not go faster than the speed of light. We're saying that does not happen. If time was not slowed and time was still moving at the same
But
speed
how would
for
we
them,
know we got to the speed of light?
Speedometer.
I mean, no.
It goes
Like
from 0
no,
to
no. Like how
Dang. What
would
is the
we
speed of light?
ever
Hold on.
figure that out?
the speed of light is 186 meters
Would
per
we
second.
see a beam and
Thousand,
we'd be just
186,000
like
meters per
we'd
second.
be
I'm
racing
sorry.
the beam kind of thing, like the beam of light that's like going forward.
see, that's
No, it's not. You fucking liar.
That's what we used in physics class. 186.
299,792,458
that's
400
meters per second.
Yeah, that's what
and
we used in physics class.
meters per second. I don't think we use meter per second. Miles per second, it's 186,000 miles per second.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it's 186,000 miles per second. Miles per hour, it's
Okay.
however many that
sorry.
number is.
It's been 4 years. I apologize, but I was right. Sort of.
Yes.
I might
Parsecs per year, 0.307.
Parsecs. It moves 1 light year per year.
So if the sun exploded,
We wouldn't know for 8
we
minutes.
wouldn't know for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
We'd probably feel it before that.
No, because nothing's faster than the speed of light.
True.
It'd get dark, and then
True.
people would be like, guys, I think the...
Yeah, that would
Death.
happen.
Wouldn't it get brighter though?
No.
Depends how
At
the
the
star
last
Depends on
dies.
how the star died, yeah.
I mean, it could go supernova, and then it wouldn't get dark. It's just we would go, hey, guys, the sky's dead.
Yeah.
Like you would notice it getting
No, we're
immensely
getting
brighter,
like
and then we would all
absorbed by this star.
actually.
It
I
would
think the
dep-
first
if
thing
it
that
goes
happens-
collapses on
super-
itself.
If it collapses on itself, it
doesn't
could
fall.
turn into a black hole.
Yeah.
But the odds.
but
You wouldn't see it.
I mean, wouldn't we have like some kind of like
I mean,
reaction from that?
if the sun were to immediately
we
condense,
wouldn't before because nothing could go faster than the speed of light. So we would see it before anything happened to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because the light's faster.
Even if it did
Well,
turn
here's a
into a black
question.
hole, it could take hundreds of years orbiting it before you actually fall into it.
Well, here's
You
a
would
great
just get
question.
closer and closer.
So let's
But
say
we'd all be dead anyways.
let's
'cause
Yeah,
say
there's no
you'd
the
freeze
sun.
to
sun
death.
was
Yeah.
immediately removed, just like at random, just
Okay.
like the sun just like bloop,
What does
just-
this accomplish?
Just disappeared.
Okay.
What would we notice first? The Earth moving away from the light, because now there's no gravitational pull, saying.
We would be slung across the galaxy.
At a straight line.
We
But
would
like my question is would like because let's say the scientists are monitoring the Earth's rotation 24/7, like
Yeah.
they usually are, and so from the distance between us and where the relative sun is, like or what we're seeing is the same, but the sun disappears. There's no gravity there. There's nothing holding us there. So what would happen first? The lack of gravity or the sun disappearing, or like the light going away?
The gravity from the sun is just what keeps the planets in orbit.
Yeah.
So if
I'm-
that entity
There-
was gone,
I feel like
Planets
there would be a shift in our motion, definitely.
but it would.
But we would notice it.
I was gonna say
We would
according to
notice
the
it because we
laws-
would instead of going in a circle, we would just be going in a straight line.
in an
or-
absolute straight line for 8 minutes before the sun went out.
Yeah.
It could actually be longer than 8 minutes because
Because
get
if
further
we're
away.
because we're getting further.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's
8.3
that's my-
minutes
That's my,
from
We
the
could
sun.
live forever.
that's my ultimate question. Is that like
No, actually, we probably start orbiting Jupiter.
Jupiter's a big ass planet.
It's like the largest gas giant you can have without
We
it
wouldn't-
turning into a brown
well,
star.
we wouldn't start orbiting Jupiter. I'd say the first thing that would probably happen would be like
Could that be technically
no,
another,
because the
like,
how
a star
far
that
away
could,
we are from
It's
Jupiter.
like the one step down from being a star.
It is a giant planet with a mass 1,000th that of the sun, but 2.5 times that of all other planets in the solar system combined. That's a lot of. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
well, as so far as we know,
That's
I mean,
that's a
'cause, like,
valid statement.
how much is
And more. What are the moons of Jupiter?
There's 68 of them. Why
There's
would you wanna know that?
68.
Oh, did I have that right?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it's 68.
Scroll down.
It's this way.
No, scroll. I mean, you could probably just see it right here.
I think it's
There's
68.
usually.
Anyway,
Moons? No, but yeah, we probably because that's the reason that there's the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter.
I feel like
because
I think like these are more satellites than
the
moon.
gravity between Jupiter, like rips apart the asteroids from forming a
What?
body.
Can we just take a minute and look at this moon?
Oh, that's a pretty dope looking moon. Autonode. I don't know.
No.
They didn't know what was going on, so they just named it that.
Look at this.
Recently
No.
discovered. Relatively.
Huh.
2001?
Every like big space thing has been recently discovered.
Why? So you
That's
look
a
up
cool moon, dude.
So you look up a moon and you just see pictures.
It's
of
probably
it.
named after
I was
somebody.
gonna say it's probably whatever goddess from whatever lore or whatever. Maybe a queen. I don't know.
No moon's named Jesus.
Yet.
Because he's the sun.
You're absolutely.
Oh, joke of the century.
Amen.
Let me drop
Let me
this
just-
mic.
Oh my God.
That was so bad. All right.
That's
No,
a big ass planet.
no. Because see, if it's I don't think that we would. I think, in my personal opinion,
It's wrong.
I don't know I don't know the science behind it.
It's
but
wrong.
if we're going fast enough around the sun, wouldn't we just shoot past Jupiter?
But there
Depends on where in our orbit we are and where in
Like
the
'cause,
orbit it is.
I could understand if like the sun disappeared and we're like part of the orbit where where Earth.
Maybe we just
in a
crash
direct-
into Mars.
I hope so. Return to our home planet.
No, we hit Pluto.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. Direct shot.
Voyager 1
To a
couldn't
faux
even do
planet.
that.
You ever seen Pluto?
It's
Yeah.
like an ice.
It's
So
raining
it's a dog.
diamonds.
Is it Pluto or is it somewhere else that does that?
No, that's Jupiter that rains
That's
diamonds.
Jupiter because the pressure is so
The
high.
pressure
No,
is so extreme.
it's Jupiter. I mean, it's
It is Jupiter.
It's Pluto.
Pluto doesn't
No,
have an
it's
atmosphere.
It
So it literally
rain diamonds.
Saturn
Saturn
and
or
Jupiter.
Jupiter. All right.
Pretty sure it was Saturn.
I was
is
gonna
what
say
you're
because
thinking
Pluto
of.
does not have an atmosphere at all.
I thought it had some type. I thought it was surrounded by a cloud.
No.
No, that would be an atmosphere.
I'm gonna say that's an atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bam. I like how off topic we got from time, but this is still entertaining.
Well,
to
no,
me.
because I still don't fully believe in the concept.
All right, this is not gonna work with me sitting here. I'm gonna have to switch him seats if I'm googling shit because I can't see.
You can just switch me seats.
Can you not see on your?
No, because I have two screens.
You can.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
So we can make sure.
I mean,
that,
we don't have to do
so
it
we
now,
can make
but-
sure that it's
It's
still.
too late, Jeremiah. The
It's-
podcast's almost over.
So we can like monitor the audio recording and also look up stuff.
Yeah. As long, yeah, you sit there, you're fine.
You've been taken from the table,
Yep,
Merlin.
I feel
Proxima
like
Centauri,
I've
the
been
closest
just
star to
abandoned
Earth.
on the side of the road.
Does this make you feel better?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the other thing about space travel, the why it would be so like not plausible, is like the advancement in technology. If we sent a ship
I
now,
think we talked about that one time on the podcast.
Was it on the podcast?
I think so. Was it
He
not?
says- he
I
says
don't
no.
remember.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't been here.
Not much space stuff has been on
Every
the podcast.
podcast.
It's like if you
Surprisingly.
build a ship and you send it to that planet. What was
I
it?
think I
12,
told you this.
12 light years.
12 light years.
Okay, so 12 light years. Yeah, I think you did. And then say like, was it 400 years or 200 years? We would have the technology to build a ship faster.
In 100 years, by the time we got halfway to our destination, we would have a ship that was twice as fast.
Wait, I think we did.
So-
I think we
But
did talk about
time
this.
is relative. So they could be.
That's a different.
Okay,
That's
let's just say that it's Earth time.
But time is relative.
No, okay, here's the point. Everyone's in cryo sleep, okay? So you can't have this. Nah. What you're saying is every 100 years
We
could
did
send
talk. We
another
did talk
ship.
about this. We
I
did talk,
think
we
we
talked
did,
about
yeah.
this on the AI episode.
Yeah.
I was
Every
talking
100
about
years we
uploading
could send
content.
another
Yes.
ship, and when the first ship arrives, every other ship would also arrive at the same time. Which is actually a way that would be like a fantastic way to actually colonize
how
an
could-
entire planet.
Well, wouldn't you be able
So
to
wait.
exceed
How is that
them?
possible? What do you
Because we
mean?
would build a faster ship every 100 years. Like, so we build one that will make the trip in 600 years. 100
Okay.
years, we can build one.
It makes it in 300 years.
Unless there's a war, and then we just don't have any money.
Wow, damn it.
So one ship didn't even make it.
But
One ship was taken out by a
that
rogue
idea.
asteroid.
That idea is completely based on the idea that we are able to.
It's based off the progression of infrastructure, and so yes, it's not like completely true. One might show up a year after or something, but still, the point is, in the time that we could send 100 colonists, and the time it'd take them to get there, we could send another 100 colonists, and they'd make it at the same time. But then we
Well,
could
that
send
kinda
another
stinks,
100
'Cause
colonists,
it's like,
and they'd make it all at the same
the
time.
idea of like as you're going, like if you could catch up to them mid-flight. I mean,
And since you're going faster,
Yeah,
you
tow
could
them.
pick
that's the
each
thing
other
is that
up.
you would have to.
just
They
pick
would
each
have to
other
just
up.
keep picking up people because
Yeah.
their technology would keep advancing past the point where they would
So
just keep
then-
going
yeah,
faster.
that's why they would.
And
all
then eventually
end
they'd be
at the
like,
same time.
guys, we're almost here. We have another 100 years to go. And then Earth is just like speeding past.
They made Earth fly. Let's just take Earth and push it somewhere else.
Push.
Space scares me a lot.
I love space.
I'm gonna look up the top 10 craziest places in
Oh,
the
oh,
universe.
and that exploding. It's like a.
Caleb's room is one of
I
them.
have it on my phone. One sec.
Oh no, here, Austin. So you had brought up the if everybody in China were to jump.
Oh yeah, earlier, like it was. I don't remember who said this or where it
Okay.
came from, but it's like everyone in China were to jump at the same time, it would throw Axis off its like orbital path
And see,
or something.
we
like
were
that.
if that's a true fact, like I think we were actually trying to debate on whether it was because the mass of the populace pulled the
Pulled the Earth.
closer to the people that jumped, or would the force of their feet kicking off the Earth push it backwards? Would it pull it or push?
I feel like gravity would be the stronger.
Wait. I was zoning out. Say that again.
Okay, so apparently, if everybody in China were to jump,
At the same time,
it would
unanimous.
push the Earth, or the Earth would be moved off of its axis. Now the question is,
Why? Because
How?
of
Would
the
it
gravity
be-
from the mass jumping, or would it be from the force of the feet pushing the Earth?
I think it would be from the force of the feet. I don't think the mass leaving the Earth would have.
I
the
feel like,
effect.
I thought that was the point because China is so heavily
Well,
populated.
what if it did both? Then it
I don't think it's that
wouldn't
it's
move.
leaving the Earth. It's that it's impacting the Earth at once.
Well, if that's the case, does it push it off again twice? Because when they land,
No, you'd go with it because the size
no, but
ratio.
that's what I'm saying. So like, there's the initial push, gives it a little kick, then they land, gives it another kick. Right?
No, I thought you were saying something different. Sorry.
No.
No,
That's what
I
I'm
don't.
saying.
I don't think it would do anything.
I don't think we could get everyone in China to jump.
I think we
China,
should.
I'm sure
We
we're
should
big in
petition to
China.
do
We're
it.
big in China. China, if you want, jump right now.
See, but everybody's listening to this at a different time.
because time is relative.
No, it's just because they're not listening to it at the same
Because time is relative.
point. No one's jumped yet.
So I'm trying to read this, Jeremiah.
It's two different types of stars that are gonna collide, and it was on there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I wanted to say that.
There was one I remember
I
seeing.
didn't wanna say it
Exploding
wrong.
binary stars will light up the sky in 2022.
Yeah, that was the one I was telling you about.
Yeah, that was one. Okay, it was Austin. Okay, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, we were talking. I saw that on like Science Channel.
I was
or
like, it's
something.
one of you guys.
I couldn't
It wasn't me.
remember. It was. I remembered that event, and they said something about it would happen in so many years. I was like, I don't know if that means we'll see it in so many years, or it's going to happen in so many years, and then it's going to take another 30 years for it to reach us, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was like, how cool would that be? Because now,
Well, so, wait a minute.
Dude, what
Like-
if? Hold on.
one dot
No,
should now
chances
be like
chances are what they
a
mean.
dot.
Chances are in 2022 is when they will collide for us,
What-
because
That's what I
you
was
can't
assuming.
observe.
I mean,
but you can
will be able to
predict.
observe it.
You can predict. Like they have a prediction when Phobos will crash into Mars. That's Mars's moon. It loses 6 feet a year. It gets 6 feet closer to Mars.
Oh, so when will that happen?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, apparently our moon is getting closer and closer.
Dude, our moon is a spaceship.
obviously.
Our moon's a spaceship.
Why?
It's a
It's
stellar
the traveler
merger
that brought
and a
us
red
to the
nova.
Earth.
Wow.
No.
Yes.
There's a subterranean.
No, our Lord. and
There's
Heaven
a
put on this
subterranean system. The Earth or the moon is hollow.
What's the difference between?
You know?
the
Have you
stellar
have you actually seen
merger
that? The moon's hollow.
and silver nova?
Like they've heard
Red
like
nova.
reverberations and like just sounds from the inside of the moon that they can't prove otherwise.
yeah,
Like
so
happen.
there's like two different
there's
stars.
no like terrestrial
I think the
occurrences that they know that they can measure and know of.
Okay.
But they hear like when you when they were
okay, my
monitoring
bad.
like the ground noises of meteors hitting
that's what I
the
assumed.
moon.
Okay.
They would hear like an echo, like a
And that-
like
that would
if you were
cause
to hit a
the
bell.
Yeah.
Well, see here. Well, I mean, like I don't want to tell the scientists how to do anything, but also the moon doesn't have an ocean to dampen.
That you know of.
Ballast.
But think about it. If you have
Yeah,
a
I think-
core.
How
You should
is
put that
the
Hold on.
moon- how is
Is
the
that
moon
like sick?
hollow
That is
if
sick.
it's such, as large of a mass it is? How is the moon hollow and able to sustain itself? It can
Yeah,
collide
that's
on
true.
it.
How does a Kinder egg stay together? I don't know.
It's not real.
No, it's a candy and a toy thing. You can buy them.
Okay, that's completely invalid.
No,
The
it's
mass
like
is-
it's a
not know
hollow it's a hollow thing.
With a
The
toy.
outside of it keeps it together.
with a giant with Nessie in the middle of the moon.
Yeah, there's a large creature.
Yeah.
It's our
okay.
it's our mother.
It's our mother.
What?
It's looking
our
down
queen.
and going,
Yeah.
wow.
All right. Jesus is our
No,
father.
no. It's our
moon
father
is-
because we have Mother Nature on Earth.
Ah, there you go.
Got it.
So the moon.
Well, no, think about this.
so
like,
Earth is a whore?
no, but
What?
But wow. But if you think about no, listen.
No, it's a deadbeat dad because the moon banged the Earth and then left.
No, it's still sticking around.
I mean, it's
It just has no
orbiting.
effect anymore.
it's in the area.
It gets us on weekdays.
Pulls the tides.
It's just a crappy father.
Think about this. If you have a massive celestial object that is not hollow,
Yeah.
filled with magma and like our core is, that we think,
Yeah.
hollow
been
Earth
there.
theory,
I've been there.
you wouldn't hear reverberations from things hitting the outside of it, as if it were hollow.
Maybe
You
it's
get
a
what I'm saying?
transformer.
If you hit the outside of something that has stuff in it, you're not going to hear a reverberation.
You'll just hear a thud.
Yeah, you'll just hear the impact. No, but what they're saying is, if they're listening to meteors hitting the outside of the moon, and they're hearing echoes and reverberations throughout the planet
That's
or
very interesting.
the object.
I mean, it could just be small. I mean, well, yeah, okay.
Maybe
I'm not
the
a scientist,
moon-
so I can't.
It's Swiss cheese. That's why it's hollow. in the
Oh my
middle.
God!
Got him. All right.
Can we just take a moment to
Yes,
think
we can.
about how absurd 9.7 billion light years is? It takes light 9.7 billion years to go from there to here.
Oh yeah. There was a thing like if aliens 65 million light years from us now had like the ability to view our planet like up close, they would be seeing dinosaurs.
Yeah.
They would think that large reptilian beasts roam this earth.
so we're safe.
Awesome.
Unless they're like, hey, let's go study and get a few of those for our zoo.
And then there's just like these
And then
fleshy
they
meat
show-
sacks everywhere.
And they're monitoring us, and they're
Like,
like,
what
"Oh,
are these?"
crap, is that a meteor? Oh no.
No, okay. Have you heard?
guys,
It's like, ooh, look, a comet. Make a wish. I wish I would die. Bro, that's getting closer.
Why would you do this?
Take it back,
Take it back.
Right now.
Arnold.
Oh, did I ever talk to you guys about the Black Knight? What they're calling it, the Black Knight? It's a satellite that orbits the Earth every few years. Did I ever say about that?
No.
Okay, there's a satellite that orbits the Earth.
I'm Batman.
We don't know where it came from. We have no clue because it's not. Well, at least the U.S. doesn't.
I claim it.
It's
It belongs to me now.
I don't know the exact like measurements and like times of it, but
Name
it
it
orbits the Earth
Austin.
for a certain amount of
Junior.
time, and then it
the
disappears.
second.
We don't know where it is.
Austin Jr. the
And we've
second.
examined it and we've looked at it and we've sent signals to it, and it
I love
just
space.
it like doesn't do anything. We
Like,
don't receive
ooh,
any
I think I
signals
have
from
seen
it.
something about
Honestly,
that.
We
I
don't
wish we
receive
could
any
all go to
signals from
space.
it. We don't.
And it's like oblong shaped too, isn't it? It's not round.
I want to hold on. I'm gonna look it up and I'm
Yeah.
gonna put a picture in the podcast.
Yeah, we got this giant.
And they've whatever science that they can do to like look at it and see like its makeup and composition of elements. It shows elements not present in our solar system
Yeah.
or something, right?
Hold on. We're gonna read a thing on it. Black Knight.
Whoa. This isn't
Satellite
a
conspiracy theory.
reliable source here.
It's Wikipedia. Shut up.
They can't see it.
Black Knight conspiracy theory claims that a spacecraft is near polar orbit. There's a picture of it right there. That is of extraterrestrial origin.
Okay, extraterrestrial just means it's not from the Earth. So
yeah.
obviously it's extraterrestrial because it doesn't come
So
from
why
the
don't we
Earth.
capture it?
Because it's mine. They're not allowed to. I've claimed it.
Which has orbited the Earth for approximately 13,000 years. Satellite story is most likely a conflation of several disconnected stories about various
What if
objects
it's just
and
the
their
lost
interpretations.
astronaut that they
All of
just
them
never
well
found?
documented.
From 13,000.
Yeah.
Hold on. Origin of the Black Knight.
That's such a dope name.
Yeah, they call it the Black Knight. Basically,
Hey,
It's Batman.
Wait a minute. We should have him on the show.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Knight. We're not sponsored by NASA, so you
my
can come
God.
talk to us, all right? Seriously.
We'll believe you.
But if NASA wants to throw some money,
17 creepy facts about the Black Knight satellite conspiracy theory. This is from
Okay, but-
thoughtcatalog.com. They thought it was space debris. In the photo above, NASA, whatever.
so why haven't they captured it? That's a valid question. If it's how often?
How
does
would
it
you
orbit?
capture it?
How often does it orbit?
How would you capture it?
Um,
It probably has an elliptical
radio
orbit
waves
like
have been detected from it in outer space as far back as 1899, long before there were even human-made objects in space.
Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla was the first person to build a device that was capable of hearing the alien radio waves.
That's why he was killed.
He told a reporter, while experimenting in Colorado, I obtained extraordinary experimental evidence of the existence of life on Mars. I had perfected a wireless receiver of extraordinary sensitiveness, far beyond anything known, and I caught signals which I interpreted as meaning 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe the Martians use numbers for communication because numbers are universal. False. Not our numbers. Not 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, but number like every planet. If you have two things in front of you, you have a
Yeah.
word for
Well,
how many
yeah,
things
yeah,
are
I
in
know.
front. It's still two.
That number 2 is universal with all countries, right? Like the
The numerical
Maybe?
system is universal. It was designed by the Arab countries way
Yeah.
back when.
Okay, good.
In 1954, a Marine Corps naval aviator, writer, and UFO research named, I like how they call it research, not researcher, named Donald Kehoe,
Yeah.
said that the U.S. Air Force had detected 2 satellites orbiting Earth. This was 3 years prior to the first human-made satellite, Sputnik 1, being launched.
You didn't say it right. It's Sputnik.
Maybe it's just a smaller moon that we haven't designated a moon yet.
Well, I assume it has an elliptical orbit.
Probably.
Okay, so
Do you believe?
Bobby
doesn't.
they have this weird picture of a really tan guy, and he's got.
Look at that 5 head.
I'd say it's more of a 6, mate.
Wow.
It's quite impressive.
Anyway, yeah, so
He's from Australia.
they've been getting messages and shit from this thing that they don't know how to interpret yet. And they think, well, a lot of like conspiracy theorists.
Wait. Is it Buddhist?
What? Buddha?
Upsilon Buddhist is a real
Epsilon.
Epsilon, whatever. Buddhist is a real
Upsilon.
star. I have dyslexia.
Boots.
In the
I was
constellation
just saying, let's get
called
the 2 dots above that. I don't know how
Yeah,
to pronounce it.
Boots. I don't know. But yeah, they've been getting messages and shit that they don't know how to interpret. And what people are thinking is that it was left by another race, possibly for us. Like once we have the technology to use it and examine it and receive the signals from it, that's when they contact us. Is when they deem us worthy.
It's like some other alien race's social media app.
Twitter for aliens.
Tinder.
It's Grinder. It's Grinder.
It's like the receiver. They
They're
swipe
an
through planets.
asexual-
They swipe through
asexual
planets they want to
Grinder.
colonize.
Swipe left or right.
Super like
universe.
this one. We'll send a rock.
The Black Widow pulsar. I looked up 10 weirdest objects in the universe, or that's what I found.
Pulsars are cool.
Black Widow pulsar.
It's a
Pulsar J1311-3430 is a dangerous partner to have. It weighs as much as 2 suns, but is only as wide as Washington, D.C., and it gets bigger by feeding off its mate, a normal star. The two pirouette around each other every 93 minutes in a deadly close dance. The pulsar's beam strips layers away from the star, which the pulsar then slurps up. That extra material gives the pulsar more energy, making it spin even faster, but leaving a partner depleted.
Yeah, it
so
rotates.
depleted that someday nothing will be left, and a pulsar will dance with only itself.
It spins like some ridiculous amount of times per second.
I would imagine.
Like it's up in like the billions. Like Trump would
That-
look
I
at
mean,
that
I
and
guess
go,
that's why
"Wow,
that's why
that spins at billions and billions and billions and billions
and billions and billions and billions.
That's
times per second."
That's just a lot. Oh, that's not what that does. Yeah, but that's really cool.
Yeah,
I mean, but how
Space is
close?
awesome.
If it
Space
gets
is
smaller
fucking
and smaller,
scary, dude.
would it get
Well,
less nutrients from it as it gets smaller? If its orbit doesn't
well, it's
get
probably getting like the
any
same rate,
closer,
and
or
then it's just gonna.
I mean, since it's
Not
getting
exist.
smaller, it's able to like.
I mean, would it
Yeah, but
cause
it
the
get-
process?
I feel like it gets the same amount.
To
Yeah,
get rid of it?
it's probably pulling at like a semi-constant rate,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then eventually it'll just run dry.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, because it's getting
Have you ever
smaller and also spinning faster, and so if it's spinning faster, it's able to keep itself out of orbit, and the faster it
Well,
spins,
they're orbiting each other.
So they're
They're like kind of doing like one of these numbers.
well, that's
Oh,
kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how binary systems work.
Evians.
Apparently, binary systems are actually more common than singular systems.
Really,
Yeah.
like with two suns.
Mm-hmm. It's just places with two suns tend to not have many planets
Well, yeah,
because all the all the
gravitation.
mass and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
all
trying
the,
to
all the
find.
matter went into the.
I'm trying to find. There was a picture I saw a long time ago that was like a NASA photograph of proof of a black hole
It's right there.
devouring a star.
Right there, the photoshopped one.
Right there, the
Whoa.
Photoshop one.
There's one where it actually you can see
It's like the
the
Caspian
light.
Sea.
You can see the light from a star being like sucked into a whirlwind. It's really cool, but you don't see anything else because it's a black hole. But yeah.
Just darkness in it.
Let's see. Let's find some more interesting things. Actually,
Skip that one. That one looks dumb.
Rogue planet. Estranged from its parent star and sibling worlds, this rogue planet wanders the universe alone and dawnless. There's no light on it.
Nope, because it's not in a
There's
system.
no system.
It's
Oh.
between like solar systems.
So how did we see it?
Just 100 light years from where you sit. Oh my god.
That's like just around the block.
Yeah, that's like.
Just around the river
Oh
bend.
my god.
As-
CFBDSIR 2149. The
I'm guessing
fucking names they give celestial objects.
Well, no. Okay.
Was
so
lactic
look up-
of home during
You know what I like
turbulent
looking up?
formative years. Oh, okay.
Porn.
No, no, I don't look at that up. Planets that are like the closest relatives to like
You know,
ours.
they believe there's I guess now 9th planet, like beyond Pluto.
Oh, I
They've-
thought about this.
Well, it's because they
Sorry.
changed the definition of planet to bring back in Pluto.
I don't have they.
Yeah, they brought back when they
No, they believe there's like a large body, like a solid planet
Behind
out
the,
behind the Kuiper belt.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's I mean I've heard that too.
Is it Kuiper or Kepler?
Kuiper.
Okay, Kuiper. Couldn't remember.
I thought it was Kepler.
No.
I had no idea.
Rudyard,
It's like
Rudyard Kipling?
Stephen Hawking.
no, but I genuinely like the idea that
The space debris that's floating
there's
around.
apparently there's planets and or stars or moons that are closely related to ours. So like if things were to happen on this Earth,
The Goldilocks planets.
Yeah.
Like those.
like planets that we could move to.
That are just right.
But they're all the closest one's like what? 48 light years?
It's something ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's the thing is that well, think about it this way, is like we have planets that we see that we could live on, but we don't know what other kind of biological entities are out there
Yeah, that's
that
the
that
story
breathe
behind-
off of different, that you live off of different
yeah,
elements
no, that
and
makes
different
sense.
chemicals.
And there's been a theory for a while now that there can be like we're carbon-based life
Yeah.
forms, that there can be life forms based off silicon.
I mean that's valid. Yeah, I mean they're
I mean, but it'd be a form of life you wouldn't recognize.
That's scary.
Yeah,
That's horrifying.
I love it.
I know. It hurts my brain.
Like, okay, and Star Trek, the original series has an episode on it because I assume it's probably when the theory was first like put out there, and it's really awesome. The original series was great if you can get over the cheesy effects.
I mean
It's fantastic writing.
One thing I was talking about with those two stars that you're talking about that are going to collide. What if, when they collide, it creates a permanent
I would love
like
that.
effect in the night sky?
I would love that.
I
like
think I
something
think
that
it
fucking
read in
awesome.
an article that it would only last for like a few months. If I'm not mistaken.
That's still cool, though.
Yeah,
I
I
would.
so.
I would
No,
have
and apparently-
I'd take a
okay,
picture of it.
and I read that
Yeah.
article a little more. Apparently, it can only be observed, not like seen through the night sky.
Oh,
It-
like
it's-
you can't see it with the naked eye, but with a telescope you'd be able
Yeah.
to.
You'd be
Oh,
able to
God
observe
damn
it.
it. Come on.
I know.
No, it said the naked eye. I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
I
wanna
Because
see
I
it.
thought
I
it
do
was
too.
only,
Pretty
like, when they
badass.
collide.
Look at my
Nothing exciting ever happens.
look at
in
my
space.
child and be like, you see that? That's an explosion beyond your comprehension that you could never understand or fathom.
Ooh, have you ever heard like there was
Like freak them out.
I like how that sparked a thought in him.
no, it didn't. But there was
This is going to be a long episode.
Oh yeah, we're already at an hour and 44.
If you want to, you could probably just cut it and like put this one up later in the week.
Yeah.
Because this one doesn't need any editing at this
Yeah.
point.
I mean, this one does to put pictures and shit up.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
The first one.
Maybe you'd want to do that then, so it's
Maybe I don't know.
I
possible.
mean, okay. So no, what I was trying to say, if I can remember it.
A dark matter satellite. Sorry. Go ahead.
I know I totally forgot. You guys, I hate
Talking about
documents.
unfathomable explosions in the night sky.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Mm.
Actually, I guess you did help me figure out something. There was like a point in time, I believe in like one of the
you're
larger
empty.
cities, like all the power went out,
Mm-hmm.
and like one of the I forget which large
Oh,
city
and they
it
were
was.
freaked out because they saw stars?
And then no, not just stars. They saw actual constellations, and they saw like legit things that you don't see because there was so much light pollution
Yeah.
in these night skies, and that when the power went out during, like, obviously at night, the you could actually see like galaxies in the sky. Like, so
They probably saw a band of the Milky Way.
they saw like bands in the Milky Way and all this stuff, and people were
I love
calling
that.
911
I love
because they thought the sky was like.
That's why I would.
Why are they calling the police if they think the sky's broken? Like what?
Yeah, they honestly they didn't know what to do because
No.
they'd never seen anything like that.
The one time
before.
we went to New York, I remember we were walking in Times Square, and it was dark.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like walking. I looked up. You just see black. That's all there is.
Yeah.
It's just pitch black. I was
I mean,
like, I don't want to live
I
here.
think it does say that it can be. It says the explosion will be visible with the naked eye to
Yes.
observe here on Earth.
Okay. Okay.
Sweet.
So
I
But,
gotta be rich.
But I would imagine it's probably not that big. I would imagine it's probably like
no,
I
but
hear it's
think about it relative to other stars.
it would be. I think
If
it's
it
big as the moon.
because it's got to expand by a pretty large amount, and so you'd see what something that would be like a blue dot maybe now looks like the size of a dime from 20
Whoa,
feet.
what is that?
Galaxy X.
So, we found this.
This is where all the X-Men go when they're done.
Galaxy X,
When they die.
300,000 light years beyond the Milky Way, orbits a satellite
happen to
galaxy made almost entirely of dark matter and gas.
So it's an anti-galaxy.
Yes, it's Deadpool. With hardly any
This is where
stars
he
at all,
lives.
astronomers had suspected its existence for years, but it's hard to find dark galaxies in the darkness of space. In 2009, astronomers detected evidence of Galaxy X in the form of ghostly ripples in our own galaxy's disk. Then this year, this article
I love space.
was in
Space Force.
2015. Then this year, they managed to find 4 100-million-year-old stars hiding in this distant clump of dark matter. This image shows dark matter satellite galaxies around our Milky Way galaxy. So it's we could have an entire episode on dark matter.
And I think Andromeda is considered a dead galaxy.
Dead. What do you mean?
Like it stopped.
Turning?
Well, I don't think it. I can't remember exactly how. Google it real quick.
What determines a dead galaxy?
I don't remember, but I think it's like it's reached the point where it's no longer creating, and then plus it's like also like 600 billion light years away, or something. Let's see. Oh, you didn't fire at the plane. Like a zombie already dead, and we don't know it.
Do galaxies die?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not saying
What
anything.
determines a dead galaxy? How about that?
Ba-da-dun-dun. When your
What makes
battery-
a dead galaxy?
when your lithium battery explodes.
Yaboot.
Yabot.com.
What is Yabot?
Galaxies.
Yabot.
That's an awesome picture.
I don't know. Just
Something
looking
about,
at
I think
space
it said
pictures
something
of
about
space.
gases.
I think it said something about stopped forming stars.
Dead galaxy does not mean it stopped forming
Oh.
stars.
Never mind.
Since the reservoirs of any galaxy are enormous and conservation of gas is a very slow process. A spiral galaxy could go on for a while looking alive, but actual star formation declines over several billion years.
Okay.
Elliptical galaxies are dead galaxies walking. So, Milky Way. We have used up all of our reserves of star-forming gas and left with long-lasting stars. Eventually, over vast lengths of time, those stars will vanish, leaving the universe behind like the image shown below. Blah, blah, blah. It shows an elliptical galaxy bathed in a red light of stars.
Okay, so when a spiral galaxy dies, it becomes a disk, kind of. And Andromeda is a disk galaxy.
No, I think what they're talking about is just a sun. Without anything going around it, like just one mass without anything, because that would be, or like
no, but there's still going to be matter because of the conservation. Like matter's not created or destroyed.
Oh, Milky Way and Andromeda are scheduled to collide.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Well, I knew it. I've heard it before, but I
I
forgot
want to
about
be
it.
there.
I want
I want to see it.
You want to be there
I want to see it.
when our galaxy collides.
First person's perspective.
Well, think about it this way.
Justice.
Think about the
Tackles
odds.
Andromeda.
Think about the odds.
tackles Andromeda.
Think about
That's
the
a
odds
t-shirt.
of two galaxies colliding because of the universe.
Do you want the actual statistics?
Just think about how.
456,892.5
God, that's awesome.
billion
I fucking hate you.
to 1.
Think about how vast the universe is
Yeah.
and how much space is between all things in the universe.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of fucking space.
Yeah.
The odds of two galaxies colliding
I
are
gave it
probably
to
the same odds as two planets colliding within the same galaxy. Within two galaxies
you.
colliding.
It's probably the same odds as you winning the lottery and being struck by lightning while being eaten by a shark.
At the same time.
Yeah.
More than that.
No, I mean, but also on the same note, if two galaxies were to collide, I would imagine that all the gravitational forces would immediately change. Like the second it got close
No,
enough.
there was a video on this. One of those cosmos or how the universe works things that was like showing what would probably happen, and it's like the galaxies actually combine into a new galaxy.
Well, yeah, I would imagine that the galaxies was combined, but like all the landmass and everything that was within the galaxies would eventually change. Like because
Not necessarily, because that's implying that they're both like parallel, like flat to each other, and then go into each other, and everything hits everything. But if they go in at any other angle, the odds of celestial bodies impacting each other is like minute, because galaxies are still mostly empty space.
Yeah. It's just they're all affected by the same gravitational core.
But that's what I'm saying.
Supermassive black hole at the center.
Wouldn't the gravitational force
If anything, it'd just be a bigger galaxy now.
just change? Like I would imagine that, like, because the second you add a new mass in the system, like it would change everything.
You know the end scene from Men in Black 1 where they're playing marbles with the galaxy? It's going to be like that. I don't know why you're laughing.
It's real.
So we found this thing. It's another one of the weirdest objects in the
This
universe.
planet's blue hue.
HD 189733b.
It's high def, dude.
High def. This planet's blue hue might call to mind peaceful oceans and pleasant summer days, but don't be fooled. It's a huge gas giant orbiting close to its star, which would make it a hellish place to live for a few reasons. A, no oceans exist ever. B,
Why?
the temperature rockets as high as 1700
Oh,
degrees
that's why.
Fahrenheit.
That's why.
And C, the apparent azure sky actually comes from the deadly weather pattern, rain made of molten glass.
Oh, yeah, that's the planet. I was just about to mention that. There's a planet, and then, like, the wind is so strong, it rains glass horizontally.
Yeah. Like
Yes.
sideways.
Yes, that's what
Like
horizontal
left to right.
Yeah.
Oh, so you would
One,
die.
you'd get boiled in an instant. But if you somehow survived and managed
Decapitation?
1 second, no, you probably wouldn't get decapitated.
You're
You'd
just
get
riddled with
impaled.
holes.
Yeah, your like exosuit would just be like, and you'd be like,
Death.
cool.
That's insane.
how awesome is that though?
That's
And there's also
crazy.
there's another planet It's like the darkest planet that anyone has been able to
I've seen that.
observe.
There's a video of like the weirdest places in the
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, and it's
That's
weird.
one of 'em.
The planet is black, and then like from its star or something shining through its atmosphere, it's got a red hue around it.
Well, it's like you can. Well, there's a thing where I think it's the same planet. You see the picture of the planet itself, and then they have one of its sun behind it, and you see there's a core within this like gaseous outer shell, and it's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
It's like it's because the gases and the material that it's made of absorbs so much light. It's
And
the hottest place in the universe.
Yeah, and then,
Or like one of the hottest places that they've been able to find.
and the light's not reflected
Or
off.
maybe it's going faster than the speed of light.
And with that,
'Cause
Albert,
time
you
is
have
relative.
lost your privilege of reproduction.
Maybe maybe it's just
Nuts on the table. We're
maybe-
taking
no.
them right now.
maybe it's just flat.
Oh no, I didn't want to see that.
It's a disc flying through space.
Yeah, maybe it's just flat and we can't see it because at the
My
angle.
gosh, flat earthers are idiots.
Flat-
I need to put that picture in. Fuck me. That star is huge. Think about
I've
think
seen
about
bigger.
think about
Oh God!
the
Wait.
size of the Earth compared to our sun. This star, R136A1, is 256 times as massive as our star, and it shines 7.4 million times as bright.
That's
Like,
awesome.
That's a lot of light.
Can you imagine how
From what I
far
know-
you could be from that planet and still be like, or that star and be in the habitable zone?
Yeah, I know.
From what I know,
Like
like
our
if-
star is like it's a lifetime away.
Yeah. No, from what I know, if the Earth was the size of a pin needle, like the actual tip on a pin
The ones
needle,
you do heroin with? Or?
on the very on a sewing needle.
Oh,
if it
oh,
was
got
on
you.
the tip of a sewing needle, right? The sun would be about 15 feet in diameter, and then if it was the size of a golf ball, I think it would be a football field in diameter.
I think I remember hearing.
Oh yeah, I
something
remember
about
seeing
Yeah,
pictures
and
of that
so-
thing.
The fact that red dwarf is able to still fit on the same picture as the sun, I mean that red dwarf's huge, and so just continuing to like amount the mass, God bless, of like
I love how a blue dwarf. Oh, I guess it's a blue dwarf of that star. I was about to say a blue dwarf's bigger than a regular.
I like how
star.
they call like this size of a star a chimera. That's a badass name for a
Isn't
star.
there a star called Betelgeuse?
Yeah, I think it's the closest star to.
What about
I thought it was the
Betelgeuse?
largest star that we've observed.
No.
No, it's a red giant.
It's the large. It's the
I do remember
closest. Isn't it the closest to our solar system?
Maybe.
Is Betelgeuse? I don't know.
What, Betelgeuse?
Betelgeuse.
Betelgeuse.
Oh no.
We've said it
We
more
said
than
it 4
3
times.
Yeah, we've said it like 8 times now. He's not real. Betelgeuse.
Black
believe
Death Star.
believe that they can only
Bug juice.
form when
Bug juice is where we
multiple
need to
smaller
be.
stars merge into
Bug
each other,
Juice, yeah.
forming fiery chimera that live for only a few million years before they burn themselves out.
Only.
That's crazy.
I'm
But
gonna
time
name
is
my
relative.
firstborn Chimera.
Time is relative.
The boomerang net.
Are cool.
Right.
Nebulae.
Nebulese.
Hercules. Hercules.
Jim.
Narcotics?
What? The Boomerang Nebula.
You said
Pack a
drugs?
jacket before taking the 5,000 light-year trip to the Boomerang Nebula. This is the coldest thing in the universe. Inside this cloud of gas and dust cast from a dying sun-sized star, the mercury rises to just negative 458 degrees Fahrenheit. The cloud is expanding to around around 367,000 miles per hour, or at 10 times as fast as the fastest man-made object in the universe. The New Horizon spacecraft is traveling.
So,
That
Do you think-
that expansion chills the nebulous gas in the same way that balloon whatever that fucking thing is, cools your refrigerator. Tetrafluoroethane. Tetrafluoroethane.
All right, so I looked up
What,
I
it's
looked up
cool.
Betelgeuse,
Betelgeuse.
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 Also
Spelled.
designated Alpha Orionis.
I was
Whatever.
gonna say Alpha Centauri is the nearest star to us.
Alpha Centauri. Yeah.
Centauri. Yes.
It's
That's what it
the
is.
9th biggest star in the night sky currently. and the brightest, and the second brightest in the constellation of Orion. It is predicted that when Betelgeuse explodes, it will appear as bright as the moon in the night sky.
That would be awesome.
Not gonna happen in our lifetime.
I know a guy.
For several weeks.
I know a guy.
It would be that way for several weeks.
You
It
can
may
make it
even
happen.
be visible during the day.
That'd be awesome. But
Could you imagine having a planet or like either us living on a moon, like having a habitable moon, or having a moon so large that it's just like it looks like another planet near the or rotating. You see it during the day.
that'd be cool.
That'd be fucking
You
awesome.
can see the moon during, you can see the moon during the day.
That'd be a great skybox.
Yeah, but it's the
Now, my
moon.
question is it
Nothing
possible
special.
to have
It only just pulls the tides and other things.
is it possible to have multiple suns?
Yes.
What if
It's possible to have them, but like I said, the binary star system, like those are very rare to have planets.
What if the moon was closer? To the
These
Earth?
scary things in
die.
space will haunt your dreams. The ghost hand of God.
Nathaniel, you have
Oh,
panic attacks. I don't really think
Bitch,
of
it's space. The final frontier.
these are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Her ongoing mission
These are their
is to
stories.
seek out
Dun, dun.
strange new life forms and go where no
Dun,
man
dun,
has
dun,
gone
dun,
before.
dun.
We should probably wrap up.
We probably should, because we could talk about this for like another
We just
hour.
got to 2 hours.
All right.
We'll probably make 2 podcasts out of this.
That's
2
probably-
mini things.
Make
Okay.
one. Make like the first part like the actual podcast, and then like
This is like a mini series thing that we can start doing.
Okay.
We just talk about
space.
space.
The final frontier.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll just have to do a lot of
Look
editing
forward
with
to
putting
this.
pictures
Live.
and shit
Yeah,
together.
definitely. No, this will be a great side topic that we could start doing.
I love it.
Okay.
All right.
Love
well,
you. Bye.
Bye.
Listen to the outro.
Bye.